Baby. That's what I was finna do. I was finna turn that light on. Driving me crazy, driving me crazy, for me on the daily. Mentally, I don't crazy, for me on the daily. Mentally, I don't need physically. You got everything that I need. Let's just go have fun, baby. Play Santa Baby by Kaya. Santa baby, just hurry, hurry, hurry. Santa baby, he takes care of my worry. Bitch. Play Santa Baby by Kaya. Hold on. I'm gonna have to find it my damn self because you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. Who the fuck is Kelly Pickler? I'm gonna have to find it my damn self because you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. Who the fuck is Kelly Pickler? Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't be cussing and stuff. I gotta stop cussing. Why this thing always freezing like that, child? Oh, that gets on my nerves. Like y'all need to fix y'all technology. That is so aggravating. I cannot stand seeing that. Hold on. She a country singer? Well, I don't want to hear her version. Okay. They acting like they don't understand when I say Kaya. Do I have to say Kia? Santa baby, just hurry, hurry, hurry. Santa baby, he takes care of my worries. Yes, honey, that's the song right there. Like, stop playing with me. Yes. Okay. I'm a boy. Okay. Well, bye, bitch. You can go somewhere else, Hetty. Okay. You didn't? Yes, Hetty. Okay. 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 Little drummer boy. Yeah, that's my favorite part when she say little drummer boy. Okay, but I came here to talk about Nicki Minaj, okay? We didn't come on here to talk about Kaya. We came on here to talk about Nicki Minaj tonight, okay? Tonight is about Nicki Minaj, okay? Tonight is Nicki Minaj tea. Okay. Okay. What, your mother? Okay, your mama like my face too, Eddie. Okay, what's tea? Okay. She damn sure jealous of me. I know your mama don't. I know your mama face don't look as good as mine. Okay, but anyways, I don't got time for y'all. Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, okay, she 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 pissed you off. Well, it's like, y'all ignored the signs, okay? Y'all ignored the signs. I started to decline in being a fan of her because when I was sitting in that parking lot that day with that pink wig on, and she was around here sharing pictures of Jay-Z with that camel face, I said to my face, now that, I said to myself, that looks like me. Okay, that picture that you spreading around with Jay Z looks like me. Okay, I'm sitting up in this parking lot in the daytime with this wig on, and my nose and the bottom of my mouth is looking big, and it's giving camel type of tease. And I said to myself, "Now this look like me." Okay, this looks like me. Okay, so I said to myself, "Now, okay, if this bitch think this humorous, I mean, what the hell would she think of me if she seen me out in public right now?" I mean, I listen to her music. I mean, she the one who, started the pink wig trend. I mean, I'm walking around here out in the daytime with a pink wig on my head. So I'm just saying to myself, if this woman was to walk past me right now, okay, I don't feel like she would respect me as an individual, and I don't feel like she would support me with me being out here with this pink wig on. She would make my self-esteem drop, and she'll make me feel less of myself. And I said to myself, now if this person is out here not supporting me and they making me feel less of myself, then why in the fuck am I supporting them? Okay. Why in the fuck am I supporting you? So that made my interest in being a fan of her go start to decline because I'm like, mm-mm. And then, she just kept sharing pictures. And then it's Jay Z with this wig flipping up in the air and he doing these little dances and voguing and shit. And I said, now this is very transphobic. Okay. Because when I go to the club, that's the shit that I want to see. Okay, I want to see a drag queen with her hair blowing it up in the wind. Like I don't care because it's no man with no tight t-shirt on. I mean, this is entertainment. This is what I see when I go to the club. So how is this supposed to be funny? Like I don't see this funny. What if we had just like with Sauce Santana? I mean, what if it was another rapper who wasn't, who was light skinned and who was kind of built and had a wig on and a tight t-shirt on, and that's what they wanted to rap and they, looked like this AI video because that's what the AI video produced because of what is already out in the world. It didn't just produce this magically on its own. It took information and put it together to create this video based off what already exists. Okay? So I'm like, well, how is this supposed to be humorous? How is that supposed to be funny? I don't think this shit funny. This is very much giving me transphobic vibes. And then when I thought back, when that incident happened at Post nightclub and them 51 people got shot up, this lady said she believes that God allows to happen whatever is supposed to happen. Okay. And I said, well, damn, these people got families. That's 51 people. That's 51 people who just decided that they want to go to the club during Gay Pride, during Gay Pride Month. Okay, in June in Orlando. So, you don't feel any type of way that somebody came into the gay club during Gay Pride Month with a AR or AK or whatever the hell he had and just shot up all the people up inside there? You don't think that's wrong? You talking about you think God allows things to happen? So you think that God allowed this situation to be about? Like, that's just ridiculous. Okay, so that was the first red flag for me. And then, see, this is the T that I clocked that a lot of other people didn't clock. Okay, because I'm very observant and I'm very nosy. I be wanting to know stuff. Okay, now see, when Madison was on that podcast with Kaya, and she was always hollering about Kaya, Nicki Minaj. She was always hollering about Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj. She was very much influenced by Nicki Minaj. Even Madison even looked like Nicki Minaj a little bit. Okay, so she a fan, and so when she finally met Nicki Minaj, because this was a goal for her, she wanted to meet Nicki Minaj. That's what I was talking about in that video. Nicki Minaj was a goal for her. She was already on the podcast with Kaya. She had already did met a lot of other celebrities. She worked with Beyonce, Tyler Perry, everybody. But Nicki Minaj was definitely a person who she also wanted to work with as well. Okay, and when Nicki Minaj came up with Barbie dreams and stuff, right? And she had that other part of that video at the end when it was like, I'm all of my dollars and some whatever. And in that video, I can see T.S. Madison's influence like very strong. The makeup, the hair, the clothes is very much giving me T.S. Madison vibes. It wasn't getting this don't look like something that Nicki Minaj came up with. I can tell that she had influence. I can tell Madison hands was in this video. She had something to do with this. Okay, these bright neon colors, the makeup was tea as fuck. Okay, the hair too. Okay, everything. So I'm pretty sure some queens probably came in there and helped her ass because Nicki Minaj is not very good like that with fashion. She ain't never been like that. She never been, so tea with fashion. She's just not. Okay, and I'm just being real. She just ain't. Okay, when she first came out, she was looking crazy as fuck. She was biting other people's style. Lady Gaga and all them other people, they even asked her ass about it on the carpet. Okay, so when I seen that video, I said Madison helped this woman with this video. This lady didn't give no props to Madison at all. This lady didn't give Madison no props, didn't say nothing about, her helping her or nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? And even Madison did not say anything about working with Nicki Minaj. And see, Madison is a very boisterous person. She's going to say whatever she feels. She has a podcast. Like, why would she not? I mean, when she worked with Beyonce, she damn sure gave us details. Okay, she said, "Oh, Beyonce, it was so pleasant. Oh, I had such, this and that. Oh, it was great. Everything. Beyonce paid me a coin. She told us what happened. Okay, but with Nicki Minaj, bitch, you don't even know that these people even work together. You don't even realize that they had worked together at some point. Okay, and then Madison didn't talk about Nicki Minaj no more after that. Like never, she never said anything else about Nicki Minaj after that. After that thing happened. Okay. But I didn't really give it too much thought. Okay. I didn't really give a fuck. But that told me right there, okay? But see, I already figured that Nicki Minaj was gonna be like this, or it was gonna come to this point eventually. Because see, with the black community having a shift in this religious thing, because a lot of black people are moving away from Christianity, and I don't mean like moving away from it, but they understand that this King James version of the Christian religion is not it. So, with Nicki Minaj out here praising God all the time. And see, this is another thing too about Christian religion. If you believe in that type of the King James version of it, um, they believe that their God is a he. You know what I'm saying? They believe that their God is a he. They always put he and they type it in capital letters. So if you believe that your God is a he, that means that you believe that men are stronger than women. Even if you don't realize it, in your mind, you believe that men are more powerful than women. You feel like a woman is second to a man. So if you see a man dressing as a woman, that will also infer in your brain that you think that this man is lessening himself or weakening himself in some way because you think that men are more stronger and you think that women are weaker. Okay, so that is why she said that she doesn't want to see trans kids. Okay, but see, me being a 42-year-old person, I started transitioning at 39. That's why I still look a lot like a boy still. I still look very clockable, and it's hard for me when I go outside because people are always looking in my face and judging me and all that stuff. But see, if I had started transitioning at an early age, like some people when they can clock their kids' teeth and see that their child is a trans because this child want to put on dresses and play with Barbie dolls and talk about they feel like a girl, that's early signs of somebody being trans. So, some people who actually have the logic and who want to, make sure that their child grow up in a safe environment, they going to put their child through this hormone therapy and make sure that by the time they get to be an adult, they don't have to go through shit like I'm going through and be traumatized. Okay, and that's the part that Nicki Minaj doesn't understand. And the reason why she doesn't understand it is because she believes in a Christian God, and she believes that her Christian God is a he, and she believes that men are more stronger and more powerful than women. Okay, she always saying stuff like, "Oh, I don't like when a woman let some man do something to make them do something to their body." But she allowed Lil Wayne to make her change her body. Okay, because if it wasn't for Nicki Minaj going and implanting her ass, we probably wouldn't even know who she is. Okay, people say that these people is industry plants, but now it's making me feel like Nicki Minaj was a plant because when they damn show planted her in front of our face on MySpace. Okay, they damn show planted her in front of our face on MySpace. Okay, everybody had her as their wallpaper. Okay, I'm old enough to remember that was Nicki Minaj on there with that lollipop with that little Kim pose. That was Nicki Minaj that everybody was using as their background wallpaper with her and that lollipop and her legs wide open like Lil Kim. Okay, and then next thing you know, here she is coming out with music. So, but child, I feel like I do. I feel like she, you know what I'm saying? And it's like she ain't really that talented like that. It's other people out here that's more talented than her. It's like if a person was to say, like I don't know Nicki Minaj songs all the way through. I know there's some people who do, but I don't know no Nicki Minaj songs word for word. It's never a time where I could say, let's put that Nicki Minaj song on, and I know all the words to this song. Like, I mean, if you say let's listen to my neck, my back, bitch, I know all the words to that damn song. If you say let's play Don't Trust No Niggas, I know all the words to that damn song. Like those are classics. Nicki Minaj doesn't have no classics that I really, know like that. I don't know none of her songs like that. I don't know none of them all the way through like that. Okay? And I'm the same age as she is. Okay, but I was like, it being indicated to me that she was a person who is very indulged in Christian religion because see, when this whole DL saga started, and people was clocking every male T in the industry, I said to myself, now okay, Nicki Minaj done had two DL boyfriends, okay, because I think the one that she with now is one too. He kind of gives me those type of vibes too. Okay, no shade, but I'm just saying. Okay, that's what it's giving. That's just what I feel. Okay, I don't so you don't gotta listen to me. But first of all, Meek Mill had matching outfits with Diddy. Okay, we already know that he been diddled and all that stuff like that. Okay, and see when it comes to Safari, he's always showing his big balls and small dick to everybody that wants to see it. Okay, but the people who don't want to see it is women. Okay, it ain't no women looking at this. It's men that's looking at this. Okay, probably mostly white men or non-black men. Okay, which means that see, okay, and see with these women being able to see meat like this on, because black women they see meat all the time. Okay, so that's nothing for them, especially not one looking like that with big balls. Okay, that's very unappealing. It's actually disgusting. Okay, but for a person who never is going to achieve this type of meat in their life, that's something that they gonna be infatuated with to the point where they actually will spend a coin on that. Okay? So them is the people who's catering to that and looking at that. It ain't no women. Okay? And when he got on that song, did it on them, okay? And he said, you must be talking to your mother hoe or something about just for me with the perm and all that shit. Baby, he sounded like a whole punk. Okay? He sounded like a whole punk, and for years I thought it was one. Okay? I thought it was one. For years. I did not know that was Safari. Okay? In the background, talking shit, reading like a punk. Child boo. Mm-mm. So, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I already knew that this hoe was some type of transphobic or something to that extent because you've been with you got DL boyfriends. Like see, this is the thing that bothers me with this whole Diddy documentary situation with 50 Cent because y'all not clocking 50 Cent T. Vivica done told y'all so many times. Okay, she done said things and tried to tell y'all so many times, and y'all just is just going over y'all head. Y'all ain't clocking his T. First of all, Okay, let's get into this. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. If you got sensitive, if you sensitive, you might want to leave right now. Okay, cause I'm finna say some shit that's probably gonna bother a bitch. Okay, but first of all, Diddy got a little dick. Okay, and you mad because he fucked your baby mama? You mad because a little dick nigga fucked your baby mama? We already know that Diddy got the size of a tootsie roll. Okay, we know that 50 Cent got a big meat. So why is you worried about somebody with a little dick fucking your baby mama? Like, why is you bothered by that? You that mad? I don't think that's. I think it's a little. I think it go a little further than that. Marlon Wayans already dropped a picture of you in a jacuzzi with him, looking like you just got your meat grabbed on. Okay, like you got diddled in that hot tub. So what's really going on, G Unit? Because you was in a group with three niggas, and two of them niggas got caught doing something. Okay. Two of them niggas got caught. Baby, one of them was in a video that the allegations was just allegating that he couldn't even deny it. Okay, that's why his career went down the drain and why we never seen him no more, Lloyd Banks. Okay, he ain't banking no more, bitch. Okay, and that other one got caught with a trans woman twice. Okay, now let me tell you something. See, the way that this man got caught with a trans woman is very much giving me receiver type of tease, okay? Because see, a nigga who mess with trans, like a lot of niggas who mess with trans, they see a trans as a woman, so they gonna treat you the same as any other woman. It's like, girl, they can have sex with you today and have sex with somebody else tomorrow. They don't give a fuck. It's a hole is a hole to them. They not giving a damn. But see, this nigga done got caught with a trans woman twice. Okay, right. Girl, okay, I can't say that, but I'm glad you said it. Okay, he is definitely a masculine receiver. Okay, that's what it's giving. Okay, because first of all, baby, T.S. Madison is slanging meat. Cherry is slanging meat. Baby, they're serving the boys, meat on a silver platter. Okay, so don't, it don't matter how much booty and titties they got, they still slanging that meat. Okay. And Young Buck, I bet you he's going after that too. He ain't going after them for no ass and titties. He going after them for that meat. Okay. And just like I said with whatchamacallit having the biggest dick, okay, because what is his name, 50 Cent? We know 50 Cent got a big dick. Okay, and with him having the biggest dick in the group and being the most masculine in the group, bitch, what the fuck you think was going on with them? You don't think Lloyd Banks ate him up at some point? You don't think Young Buck was trying to sneak and eat that meat at some point? Shit, he might like trans women, but bitch, he still was probably looking at that dick, looking at that print every now and then. I seen a nigga who, like, it's a street pharmacist who I go get my stuff from or whatever, right? He told me to meet him at the barbershop. This nigga always got his ass hanging out. But bitch, when I went over to that barbershop, he was looking at other niggas who had their asses hanging out. Okay? I'm sorry. I don't know why they saying I'm bullying people. I'm not bullying anybody. Okay? But yes, y'all tap the screen if y'all okay? I usually don't say that, but tap the screen, honey. Okay? Tap the screen. Okay? 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 But yeah, I said I was gonna say some shit that was offensive to people that a bitch ain't gonna like. But hey, that's just me. I got to keep it real, hey. I got to keep it G. Okay, I can't play like that. I can't sugarcoat. That's not me. Okay, so just like I was saying, when he shared that picture of that man in that hot tub, I'm just like, why do you feel like it's so important for you to put this man business out? Like, we done seen all this stuff already throughout the whole year. We already know how he did look him. We already know what happened between him, Biggie, and Tupac. Okay, so why is it at the end of the year, and then it's like, these white people is the ones giving him a check for this. He getting a check for this. I feel like he's trying to get back in the spotlight some kind of way because your plays or whatever the hell it was you had on TV, it really wasn't hitting like that. Your shows did well, but they wasn't doing what you thought. They didn't do the numbers that you probably expected them to do. Okay, so now you over here trying to get back in the spotlight, trying to do movies, trying to be a Street Fighter movie. Child, they could have picked somebody else to be Balrog. Okay, cause you look too damn old. You look like you 50. Okay, with that face like that. I'm like, is this makeup? Why do his face look like a gorilla? Like, why is it so hard like that? They could have picked somebody else. Give somebody else an opportunity. That man don't need to be in that Street Fighter movie. What the fuck he know about boxing? Child, Okay? Let somebody else do it. Like, no ma'am. Okay, so yes, honey, y'all got to start clocking T. You know, it's like people try to make it seem like Diddy is the only DL. He's not the only one. It's so many of them, and y'all don't be clocking T. First of all, why is Safari showing his dick and balls to everybody online, and then sounding like a punk inside these songs? Like what? Okay, that just make me think the new nigga is too. The one now must be one too. I mean, the fuck. You already, and that's why I be saying about being transphobic and being too damn Christian. It's okay to be Christian, but baby, you got to understand that these white people done manipulated the religion and they changed shit around. So you got to understand when you indulging in this religion, you got to go to the right one. You got to be indulging in the right one. Okay, don't be up in the church. That's what I told my mama too, cause they used to be preaching to her about homosexuality all the time, and I'm like, baby, I live this life. A church can't tell me how I feel. Okay, you think a person in a church, gonna tell me about my life experiences and how I feel and what makes me me? I don't think so. I don't give a damn what kind of book they reading. You can't tell me about my own damn life and my own experiences growing up and how I see the world and how I perceive the world. Okay? You just cannot. A book can't tell you that. I don't give a damn how old that book is, baby. I'm an artist on top of that. So I'm going to see life a little more intense than most people. Okay? I'm going to see this life a little more thoroughly than most people are. Okay? And my mama know I'm an artist. She done seen me draw I won a duck drawing contest when I was in the first grade. Okay? I'm talking about these people gave me an award and all, some kind of certificate and all that shit. Okay? But yes, and then turned around and did one another portrait drawing and out in this at 17. So my mama knows that I'm an artist. She knows this. Like the teachers have told her this. Okay? So she knows. But I had to tell her, like, these people in this church is preaching to you about things that are not real and that's not true. They shaping your mind and they forming your mind to have a fear towards people like me. You thinking that I can pray something like this away and pray this out of my body. That is not gonna happen. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. That's not a real thing. Okay, you thinking that it's a demon inside me, that's really weird and it makes me feel very sad. Okay, it makes me want to cry. The fact that you think that it's a spirit or a demon inside of me or something that's making me be the way that I am. You trying to wrap all this up as that. It's way more to it than that, honey. Like you got to understand that it's way more than that. Okay, and these people up in here is steering you in the wrong direction, and not only that, they finna make you lose your child. Okay, and you only got one. So that what you want to do? You want to create a distance with your only child that you love so much? Because if you keep on indulging in this shit, I'm finna get gone. Okay, you ain't gonna see me because I'm not finna be around that. You not finna make me sad. You not finna make me depressed. You not finna make me feel uncomfortable and like I can't be myself because of what a person in a building is telling you and teaching you that you don't even know. Okay, I came out of your coochie. Okay, and you gonna listen to these people? They don't know my life. Okay, so what she did is she changed churches, honey. Okay, she changed churches, and she been in that church that she at for a good minute. Okay, because they ain't constantly preaching to her about homosexuality. Because even when I came in there that one time, she invited me to church, and they was like something, something homosexuality, and I'm like, oh hell no. Like what? Why is they even preaching about this? Like what? Why? And it was a woman who said it up there preaching, and I'm like, now why in the hell? What that got to do with anything? Why are we even talking about that? That lady said She was saying cast out a whole bunch of stuff. You know, she was up there preaching and she was like, cast out this and cast out. And then she said, and cast out the homosexuality. I was like, what? Cast out the homosexuality? How the hell you gonna do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay? Do you know that your body has urges just like the same way that you have urges and you want to have sex with somebody? That's what my body do too. Okay? Just like how you get the urge when you see a dick and you want to suck it, bitch, that's the same thing my brain thinking too when I see one. Okay? So how you gonna tell me that that's a demon? No, bitch, I've been feeling like this since I was a damn little ass child. Okay, looking at grown ass men. Okay, and I'm a child looking at grown ass niggas. Bitch, stop. Okay, stop the madness, any. Like I know what I am. Okay, I tried to read that King James version of the Bible, and the shit didn't make sense. Okay, how the fuck is this old man gathering up all these fucking animals? Do you know that it's birds and insects and shit that exist on this planet? And you talking about you got to get a pair of each kind? I know you fucking lying. Child, why is my visibility getting restricted? What is they doing to me? Hey, this why I don't like coming on here. Who is somebody reporting me? Like, what is going on up in here? Okay. Who having psychological and spiritual warfares? Child, I don't have no damn psychological and no spiritual warfare. I know what the fuck I am. Okay? I know what I am. I know what I like. I know what it's. Okay? I'm 42 years old, honey. I'm not a child. I'm not no little young, dumb person. I've been dressing like this since I was a child. Okay? I started going outside dressing like this when I was around 19 and 20. Okay? Like this in me is never gonna go away. I'm never gonna stop doing this. Okay? It's not something that I can just cast out or like it was a see, I wish I wasn't on this phone because if I would like it was a picture, right? I was showing this trade the other I was showing this boy this the other day because when I was in college, right, I was with this man and he was like 21 years older than me. It was a old he was old and he was up in his 40s. I was in my 20s. Okay? And so when me and him got in a relationship, right, he didn't like me being feminine. You know, he didn't want to see the feminine side of me. He wanted me to be a boy. He wanted me to dress like a boy and act masculine. So I had to suppress the girl side of me, honey. I had to suppress Capri and put her up in the closet and pack her away. And so, you know, I tried to play this role, honey. I tried, okay? I tried to play that role. You know, I was going to college, I was being a boy, you know, all that stuff like that, okay? But one day, okay? And it wasn't even just one day. It started building up over time. It was like it was building up. Okay. And I wanted to see Capri. Okay. I wanted to see Capri. I was like, I haven't seen my girl in a long time. I need to see her. You know, it's ain't like she gone. She still lives inside me. I need to see her come to the forefront. Okay, I need to see her come to the table. Okay, and let me tell you, I was so fucking desperate, bitch. I went and got the Halloween wig that me and him, cause I had a wig that I had for Halloween that was black, cause you know we had dressed up for Halloween, and the Halloween stuff was in the closet still. I went in that closet, got that black wig that was in there. Okay, I took some pants that was some sweatpants like this. I cut them bitches. Okay, like this could fit around my body, honey. Okay, this could fit. I That's what I did with this shirt. Okay, these was pants. Okay, these was pants. This wasn't no shirt that I bought. These was pants that I cut and I put it up around my damn chest. Okay, so when I was in that house with him, honey, I made a dress just like how I did this right here. I made a damn dress out of some pants. Okay, and I took a belt that I used to wear to church, a leather belt, and tied that bitch right up here around my titties because I ain't have no bra. I didn't have no bra. I didn't have no makeup. I didn't have no titties. I didn't have nothing. I had to put socks in there, and then I had to like hold it up. Like see how my titties is. Like I had to put the socks in there and hold it up with a belt right there so the titties don't fall down. Okay. And I ain't had no makeup on and had to find the light. I was turned like this trying to find that light bitch so I can get a good angle. Okay, so I can look, cute. Cause I'm like, bitch, I haven't seen myself, the girl self. I haven't seen myself. Okay, and I'm like, I can't keep living like this with this man. I need to see myself. Like, I can't be suppressing my girl side. I thought I could because I was like, what, 20 something? So, I didn't know I was trans at this age. I didn't realize that I was probably going to be trans. Okay. But, it was like I was suppressing that side of me, honey, and she eventually came the fuck back out. And then it's like, see, when I kept trying to pretend to be masculine, trying to act all masculine all the time, I eventually started going crazy. Okay, I started losing my mind, and that's the reason why I started hormone therapy because my mind was, all over the place. My brain was just, I was not able to think clear, and it's like I felt like I was in a downward spiral. Okay. And when I went to the doctor, I started talking to him about, how I was feeling and stuff. And then he suggested this program for me with, trans girls and stuff. He was saying that I probably should go in this group and talk with them and stuff like this. And, because he didn't want to tell me that these the same things they were saying. But when I finally got to the HRT doctor, the one who do your hormones, she told me, she was like, oh, all the girls say this stuff. It was like a common thing that all the girls all say. And I'm like, I feel really dumb because I'm over here starting my transition all late and stuff. And I didn't know that this was what it was supposed, this is what it was. Okay, and that's why Nicki Minaj needs to mind her damn business and stop trying to speak on trans people, especially with her being so indulged in Christian religion. Because see, the difference between her and Beyonce, and I don't like to compare them two, but see, Beyonce is up here. This is a person that's around her age. Okay, and see, the difference between the two of them is Beyonce is Christian, but she also is very spiritual. She had her Uncle Johnny and, people that she been around where she has an understanding of what it is to be of the LGBT. Nicki Minaj is not the same. She don't have. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what LGBT people. It seems like she been around people of the LGBT the way she talk and the way she use our language. So it's weird to me how she says that a child should not be trans when she uses the language of the queens. Okay. Like that is very weird, but a lot of women be doing that too, though. But still, it's like, you know, and it's like, it's just, it's crazy, honey. Like, no, she got to get it together. It's like really sad to me that a person of her grandeur cannot understand what it is to be a trans person, you know. And maybe that's why her makeup was so fucking hard and why she didn't have no outfits for that tour because you transphobic. Because if you was in a transphobe, bitch, maybe somebody would have came out there and helped you with your outfits because them sagging ass pants on her ass, that shit was not cute. Okay, with that headscarf tied around her head. And I'm like, this is what she's coming out here on the tour with? And you supposed to be the queen of rap? And your pants sagging, you don't got on no belt. You got a girdle on and you just changing the outfits that's on top of the girdle. Like that was just nasty to me. I'm like it ain't no shower or nothing in the back. Baby, when Beyonce goes off that stage, I'm pretty sure that pussy in that body is getting wiped off or it's getting bathed or it's getting some before that outfit get put on to the next one. Okay, cause she be looking clean. She be looking like she just got out the shower. She ain't changed from and keeping on the same girdle and going from one outfit to the next, coming out there looking like she's stinking sweaty. Okay, with some hard ass makeup on her face. Like, child, no. Maybe you need to start being more, you know, pleasant to the queens, bitch, because it's giving peasant type of tease. You was over there arguing with that makeup artist, that black lady. Maybe that's why you don't got no niggas that's none of our people on your team because bitch, we gonna read your ass. Okay? You trying to throw shade towards that lady and shit just because you late and because you ain't on top of your shit and now you want to read her just cause you ain't on top of your game and you want to try to read her cause she ain't bitch. You better be glad there was no pump, baby, because he would have read the hell out your ass. It don't matter because you Nicki Minaj, you still can get read. And then you gonna get shaded and gonna be looking dumb as fuck when you go out on that motherfucking stage. Okay, okay, okay. But yeah, honey, it's sad to me that this lady is, but I already seen it coming. I already do that. I was like, this bitch is so goddamn transphobic. When it was the video, first it was the post incident, okay? Then it was when I seen that Madison didn't say nothing about working with her. Okay, and then it was the Diddy incidents. I'm like, this bitch got two DL niggas. Okay, it ain't just Meek Mill. Okay, but when that Diddy shit started coming out and they were showing pictures of Meek Mill and shit, I'm like, baby, because Safari be showing dick and balls all online. Okay, and then I see the video talking about how he was on the track, did it on him, and I'm like, baby, I thought that was a punk. Okay, the whole time, I thought that was a punk. Okay, so what the fuck? Like, bitch, oh hell no. Okay, I thought that was a punk, and the new one looked like he on the down low too. He looks very weird. He looked like he be on pot of donuts and like he'll hit a bitch up at 3 o'clock trying to come eat your meat. Okay, with about $20 or $40. Okay, like child, no. What do I think about the DL Whisperer? I already talked about him a long time ago. Okay, you want me to keep talking about him? You want me to keep dragging him through the mud? Okay, I can't even do that actually. You know what? I'm not, no. Okay, I can't talk about him because I'm not finna get banned. Okay, they always say that I'm bullying people and stuff. And mm-mm. Okay, okay, okay. I think DL Whisperer is just trying to get famous. Okay, he just wants to be famous. That's it. That's all. Okay. Yes, Amoy too. Amoy want to be famous too. Okay, but Amoy is already damn near famous. I like Amoy actually. I mean, I don't like the stupid shit he be doing, but I like him. He's really silly, and he always copied at me. Okay, every hairstyle that I wear, I don't know how he be watching my videos, but he be copying the fuck out of me. Okay, when I had that purple hair, he copied off me and got some purple hair. Okay, when I had that blonde hair and I had it tucked behind my ears and it was curled on the ends, he copied off me and had his hair blonde and it was tucked behind his ears and curled on the ends when he got into it with Cherry the Boom. Okay, and then after that, when I had that orange wig on my head, this bitch came on here with a motherfucking orange wig on with a bang in the front, bitch. Okay. So I said, oh hell no, that's why I changed back to blonde, and that's why I've been wearing my hair in different styles and just doing different shit that I know he's not gonna be able to duplicate. Okay, he ain't gonna be able to copy off me. And then I seen that he had a gold grill in his mouth. I'm like, now why the fuck this bitch got a grill in his mouth? Like, bitch, is you did that because I got gold teeth? Because mine is permanent. But yeah, child. Okay. I'm talking about, baby, he be copying the fuck out of me. I'm talking about, okay, like, let's get into it, okay? Because first, when I first, okay, this when he started copying off me. When me and him had got into it, like, somebody asked me, did was Amoy a trade, okay? And I said, no, he's a punk, okay? And then when I posted that video, I didn't think it was gonna get so many views like that, and it just went, crazy. Okay, and he seen it, okay, and then he felt some type of way, and people was telling me that he was talking about me and stuff, but I didn't really go look at what he said because I really just didn't want to feed into that. And then when I showed my mama I told her that he was mad or whatever, and she was like, don't read him or whatever, because my mama knows that I would read you for filth. Okay, she knows how I read, and then I got it from her anyway, so she already know how I am. And she was like, don't read him because see, and the reason why she didn't want me to read him, see, now this This why I love older black women, because when she told me don't read him, it wasn't from, oh, I know that you can read him fulfilled. She knew that he was going through something mentally, and she knew that if I said something, and I responded to that, and I, really broke him down, that it was gonna make him break down in real life. So it was like, my like words are powerful. So I'm like, I can't be saying that to this boy. Like, I can't just go in like that and read him fulfill, because people are already waiting on me to say something and drag him. So it was gonna go even, and people love drama. Okay, and then I'm on here reading him fulfill and tearing him down and clocking all his teeth. Baby, they gonna share the hell out that video and be laughing at him. So it's like my mama said, don't even do it, because what about the karma that will come back on me for putting that negative energy out into the universe? Okay, because that ain't even what my intention was. I didn't set out to try to read him. Somebody asked me what he was, and I told them, baby, that's a punk. And then, I put the video up because I was trying to show them, or give them a description of, what a punk really is. Because, that's not no trade, and they didn't know what a trade was. That's when we was in that whole, what is the trade era. Okay, because I was always saying trade instead of DL. So everybody was like, oh, what is a trade? What is a trade? They never heard of the word trade before. Okay. But yeah, my mama was like, don't read him. And then, like, after that, that's when it was a boy that was over my house talking in the background. And that's when he tried to have a boy at his house talking in the background. Okay, then the trade was over at my house. Then he tried to have a trade over at his house. That's when James came in the picture, honey. Okay, but my trades don't be homeless. Okay, his trade is definitely homeless. He looked like one of them cavemen from the Geico commercial, and I don't have no niggas up in my house looking like that. Okay, so yeah, and then like that's when the hairstyles he started trying to copy, and he started copying off me when I was going outside. Okay, when I be going outside and I got my wig on and shit, and when he tried to copy off me with that too. Okay, going all outside and shit, looking a damn hot ass mess. And when I started doing my nails, okay, he started trying to do his nails too. So yeah, I don't know what secret account he be watching me on, but it's really weird and crazy. Okay, but yeah, okay, okay, okay. Mm, 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 mm. But yeah, I'm finna get off here though, okay? I'm finna check my phone to see who's all texting me. I'm gonna probably post this video on YouTube, okay? I need to chop this video up and make some clips about of it and all that, child. Okay? But I'm so glad that this whole Nicki Minaj thing has unfolded, because it's like I said, I already knew that Nicki Minaj was transphobic when she kept hollering about Christianity and God. Okay? Because see, the thing is, with us on TikTok, a lot of people are not indulging in that Christian religion. They more so moving away from it. It's more so like a movement going on where people are moving away from the King James version of religion, of Christian religion. Okay? And it's like a serious thing. It's not something for play. It's like for real. Like people are moving away from that. They not with that fake ass shit. It been too many videos that done came on here and told us to plant our feet in the ground and all that stuff like that. These videos be too on point with the facts, and telling us to meditate and indulge in spirituality and stuff like that. And it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. So it's like if a person telling me about somebody gathering up some animals and putting them on a boat, that don't make sense to me. Okay, you can't tell me that no old man put no damn animals on no wooden boat and sailed on this bitch for 40 days and 40 nights while it was raining, and them animals ain't eat each other. Okay, you ain't have no food or nothing. Like, how the fuck you gonna feed all them fucking animals? You got elephants and tigers and bears and bitch, how the giraffes? Okay, how the hell did you like that? Don't make no damn sense. No, we just gonna be real about this shit. Ain't no with God and all that. You can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to factor no what is it called? No, magical being into this. Okay, you can't factor no magical being up in here. Like, no, we need to stick to the facts. Okay, the realistic facts. Okay, because you cannot sit here and tell me that an old ass man, okay, named Noah, sat up here and gathered up some fucking animals on the earth and put them on a wooden ship for 40 days and 40 nights while it was pouring down raining. Okay? And these animals did not eat each other. These animals ain't get hungry. These animals ain't start fighting. Where the fuck he gonna put them at? I know he ain't cage these bitches up. You gonna cage up the animal? Like, first of all, when I was in Sunday school and this lady was reading this stuff to us and she was showing us the pictures in the book, it had giraffes in that bitch. It had lions. It was, I mean, what about rhinoceroses? What ain't that's what it's called? Right, whatever the hell that shit called, rhinoceros. What about the hippopotamus? Okay. What about a leopard? Okay, and a cheetah. How you gonna get all these damn animals onto that ship? Ostrich. Okay. Like, I know you fucking lying. Like, it's koala bears and sloths and it's all kind of animals out here in the world. Like, you can't put all them animals on no ship and talking about you sailed around for no fucking 40 days or 40 nights. When people say, see, okay, I'm finna get real for a second. Like, I just cannot, okay? I just cannot take the fakeness, okay? I can't be like that, okay? So when I hear somebody say to me that somebody collected some animals and put them on the ship, I can only infer that this had to be some kind of alien spacecraft, okay? That you probably beamed these animals up just like how they can beam up a human and put them in a spacecraft, or like how they be showing in movies. That's just what's going through my mind. Because how in the hell, well, how else would you get these animals and stuff onto a ship? How else would you do that? You would have to have the technology to put them onto some kind of spacecraft or something. You would have to find a way to make it to where you would not even be in harm's way. Because you can't go and handle these animals. How you gonna go and catch these animals with a rope? How you gonna lure a wild elephant onto a boat? Okay. Mm-mm. God taught them. I taught the animals too. Okay. I be talking to animals too. I can read their body language and all that shit. But guess what? They not finna get on no damn boat. Okay. Like, it's not. You can't tell me no magical ass shit like that. I'm not gonna believe in that. Okay. It sounds like some magical made up mumbo jumbo. Okay. Like, that just sound like a children's story to me. It's like you trying to sum it up as this magical being is doing all these things. Like, and it's like what something that I notice about Christian people, they put God in everything. Like, God is just able to just do everything. Like, God is not a thing that's doing everything in your life. Like, you make it seem as if you don't have a mind, and God is just controlling everything. I mean, like, you don't have free will. Okay. Like, I just cannot. Right. It seems like fantasy. Okay. Like, it's not realistic. That just sounds like some fiction. Okay. You telling me that a magical being is talking to animals to get them onto a boat? I just find that very hard to believe. Okay. Like, it's like, see, what a lot of people like, okay, for me, my brain thinks, okay, and I could be wrong, but what my brain is thinking is that these people, okay, who existed during this time probably had some kind of advanced ass technology that we do not know how to do or whatever, and that's how the fuck they got them animals onto a ship. Okay. They had some kind of advanced ass technology, because how else, or they would have had to extract DNA, or it had to be something like that. If it even actually happened, okay, it's not gonna be no damn wooden ship. You can't get no animals onto a wooden ship like that. Especially these animals don't even fucking know you. They don't know nothing about you. You think a wild ass animal just gonna come up to you talking about cause God said it? Okay. Like, I need to hear the truth. I need to know the truth. Okay, because that sounds like a bunch of fiction. Okay, that sounds like a bunch of fakeness. Okay, 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 okay. But yeah, it's just like when they got them people. See, and this is what I'm gonna say before I get off here. Okay, because it's just like when they got those people onto those boats to get them over here to America. Okay, like it was funny to me when this lady said, "Oh, everybody knows about that already. If everybody know this shit already, then why the fuck they still be believing in Christianity, bitch?" Because see, the thing is, when these people came over to Africa to get them people onto those boats, a lot of people think, oh, they had guns and everything or whatever. I even seen a story recently talk about, they just let them use all their ammo and then they closed in on them or whatever, whatever. Like, no, baby, that's not what the fuck happened. Okay, that's not what the fuck happened. When them people came up with that King James version of Christianity, baby, they said they gonna go around the world and influence everybody to believe in this motherfucking shit. They had a plan. They had an agenda, okay? And they wanted people to believe in this because you know why? Because let me tell you, okay, you know how when the kings and queens of England used to go and knock on people's door and collect their money? Okay, oh bitch, we collected your taxes. It's tax collecting time. We collected your money, and then them people got tired of that shit and they revolted against them kings and queens. They said, bitch, why in the fuck we be giving y'all our motherfucking money? Okay, so they had to come up with another thing, honey. They had to come up with something else. Okay, and King James, okay, came up with this motherfucking goddamn religious shit because, bitch, they needed a way to get these people money and to influence them to keep giving them money. Okay, you think they're gonna stop being rich? They're just like with a person if they ever get famous. You think they want to stop? They be yearning for that fame. They can't let that shit go. Okay, so it's just like if a person is to be rich and they was a king or a queen or something, you think they want to be dethroned? You think they want to go and be a common person? Hell no. They finna come up with any kind of plan that they fucking can. Okay, to influence these people and trick these people, just like these damn infomercials that you see on late at night. These people be tricking the fuck out of people and deceiving the fuck out of them because they want their money. Okay, and it's the same thing when it comes to that church. That's just why they developed that whole church thing. People coming and paying and giving offerings and all that to the church. Oh baby, they got y'all. They got you. They bamboozled you. They got you. They duped you, honey. They just reformed this motherfucking shit all over again. And that's just the same thing how they doing in America too with this system that they got in place. It's a reform thing. And they got us all working and paying money and taxes to the kings and the motherfucking queens of America. Okay, the people that we never will even probably come across, never see a day in our life, who want to make sure that they stay rich. Okay, they families is rich, they been rich for a long time. Okay, they come from bloodlines that we don't fucking know about, and guess what? They want to stay in the positions of power in which they are. Okay, so and just like how when it comes to politics and shit, baby, if you pay attention, it's so much religious shit up in politics. It's so much religious stuff up in politics. That's just like with Nicki Minaj over here talking about trans kids. You see how her religious beliefs are tied into politics? Okay, same thing. Okay, so it's just the same thing when it comes to them. Like, these people done been so bamboozled with this Jesus and God stuff. And when they went over there to that country, they influenced these people to believe in that too. They told them, baby, we finna take y'all to a better land. Okay, we gonna introduce y'all to Christianity so you can go to the kingdom of heaven and all this stuff like that. Baby, they tricked the fuck out them black people. That's why they was in them boats in millions. Okay, that's why the boats was even named after some Christian shit, some about Saint Marie and all this shit like that. They even got a gate over there that's named the same thing after the Christian stuff. Okay, It don't even matter. The point is that they went over there with religion and they got them people to get on those boats and they got them into those boats in droves and millions. Okay, and that's how they got all them black people over here to America. And it was already some black people over here, child. And that's what their motive was. Okay, so just like when they came over here and them people was living over here, them indigenous people, and they tricked them and talking about, oh, we want to have Thanksgiving with y'all and all this shit like that, bitch. They knew that them people wasn't gonna believe in their Christian religion. Okay, because these people over here was spiritual. Okay, they was already set in their ways. They damn sure wasn't finna convert to their bullshit. Okay, and they felt like they had to do something about that because they knew that these people is not finna believe in that Christianity. They are so indulged in their spiritual religion, and they know that this is what works for them. Okay, they've been doing this and practicing this for years. They've been talking to their ancestors and doing all this stuff. And why would they come? Why would they allow y'all people from France or England and all this stuff like that to come over here and change their beliefs and change their religion and change their perspective on the world and life? They're not. Okay, so that's why they felt like they had to come up with a plan to get rid of these people that was already over here. They had to find a way to bamboozle and trick them because when they went over to Africa, they already had used religion to get them on the boats. But they knew when they came over here to America and tried to establish, a new college, you know what I'm saying, establish whatever over here. That's why the fuck they had to try to eradicate these people over here and try and get rid of all their reservations and all that shit like that. Okay, and start spreading out west, honey. Okay, they started in the east and start spreading the fuck out like a goddamn disease. Okay, so yes, and it's weird and crazy to me because nowadays you still have people still indulge in that motherfucking Christian religion. They will not let that shit go. That King James or whoever these people, they damn sure came up with a good ass plan because that shit still works. It still works. And it ain't no flaws in it, bitch, because I'm talking about these people is heavily bamboozled and deceived by that shit. They will not let it go. They associate it with their whole fucking life. Okay? And when you try to tell them that it's not right and you try to take it from them, baby, they feel like their whole existence is being threatened. Okay? Because this is what they've been taught by their mama, their grandma, their parents. This is what's been instilled in their brain since they was a child. Okay, just like with Nicki Minaj, she ain't gonna never stop thinking that she wrong. She ain't gonna never be able to see clear why trans people are the way they are and whatever whatever. Okay, just like all the other Christian people, they so indulged and bamboozled by this Christian religion that they just cannot see the truth and they can't see the real light. Okay. They think that it's a deity and a person up in the sky and all that shit like that. Okay, and don't even realize that the real person who they referring to as Jesus was a person who was telling you to not be worshiping no person that's outside of your body and that you should be trying to build you know what I'm saying. He was trying to tell them the real way and what was real, the real truth. Okay. But yeah, honey, they went and changed all that shit around, and now you still got people these days that still very much indulge in that Christian religion, and they will not let it go for nothing in the world. Okay, and it's really sad, and it's really sad because they got them so bamboozled, and it's like all over the world. Okay, it's not just in America; it's all over the world. So yeah, but okay. But yeah, I'll see y'all later, child. Okay, it was good talking to y'all. Okay, I'm gonna post these videos later on and all that stuff like that. But I'll see y'all later. Okay, 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 okay.